The best part of working with Errez Design was not only just the design process, but really working with them. They bring such an energy to every project, and I felt like my husband and I got to know ourselves even better through their process. And what I mean by that is they really came in and saw everything. They came through our house that we were living in at the time, and they got the sense of who we were, and then they coached that out of us and put it together in our first home. So my husband and I have very different personalities and very different styles, and we both have come from many different experiences of things. For example, I traveled the world, and so I had a lot of more traditional art. I also was in advertising, so I had a lot of interesting art, graphic art. My husband loves touring with the band Fish, and so he had a lot of Fish posters, and I wasn't sure where that was gonna fit into my new life with him as a married woman. And I was just so impressed with the way that Errez Design amplify both of those styles and still make it work. They came over and went through all of our art and kind of suggested what might look good together, and I'm sure they were like, ooh, about some things and not telling us, but this would look good together, and how about this and that? And then they went and got everything framed beautifully. It wasn't all framed exactly the same way. It was still very eclectic, but it worked. It was all in the same color palette, and something I would never have known how to do. I have an appreciation when I see it. I love it. I didn't know how they did it. And on top of that, they put a wall of mirror and then hung everything from an art rail up top. Dropped it with clear line, so it just looked like floating art. And we were on the 16th floor of this condo, so you would just walk in and it was a view of downtown Miami, view of South Beach, and then this wall that just disappeared into all of our art. So it was just masterful. I would absolutely recommend Errez Design. And why? Because their process is so unique. They have this ability to introduce yourself to yourself and to whoever you're living with. And I learned so much about the two of us, and it was exciting. Being married, it's in the first years, and then going through this process was it set the tone really for our marriage. And also we wound up moving another 8 times after that due to my husband's job. And so in each home we've been able to take what we learned in that process and work with the house and work with what the house is bringing to the situation as well. Almost like there's 3 of us in a relationship. And then of course I always call them and ask them for their advice. And would I recommend them? Absolutely. I think I have already to so many people, and we came to them based on a recommendation as well. So they're highly recommendable. I would trust them with any project.